obviously photograph these, right? We want to make sure they're photogenic. This is one thing that I've learned personally, right? You don't want to be like, okay, so here's this one, for example, and making sure they can see the brick in the photo, right? Like make it, if we have to send these into insurance, you want to make sure it's not like lawnmower height, right? It's gonna come up, it's all about the angles, guys, right? And then you can still turn it like this so they can see the garage in the background. And that way the brick's still out of the picture though. So that's one thing I can, a little tip I can give you guys. So obviously we've identified some hail damage on the siding, okay? Now we'll come to the gutter downspout and same kind of thing. For time's sake, obviously, I don't think that's a hail mark because there's a big deep scratch in the middle. But there again, if it looks like hail, it could possibly be hail. You might get a nice adjuster one day, okay? So again, start identifying damage on all the elevations, okay? Now comes the fun part, the part we like. We're gonna get on the roof, okay? So we're gonna do a few things at the roof line first before we do anything else, okay? I'm gonna hop up here. For time's sake, like I said, let's pretend we have gutters. I'm gonna stick out my tape measure. And I'm gonna measure the gutters. Now if it was 6 inch, it'd be right here. If it was 5 inch, it'd be right here, okay? But while we're here, this is good. We can also measure and get the type of fascia, okay? So you're gonna stick it up here and you wanna stick it right up into the corner of the L drip edge. So that is a 6 inch fascia. So I'll pull out my camera and I would photograph that. And then you'd see that there's a rib in it, okay? 2 ribs. So this is something that if you identify like that, it could be off the shelves in Menards, especially in this white color. Easy to replace and fix and not having to be bent on a break, right? And then the next thing I'm gonna get, very important, is the overhang, okay? So mine on this is only 12 inches, right? Typically you're in the 20 to 24 range. And typically, right? So this is what you use to identify how much ice and water guard you're gonna put. So like for me, let's pretend like this isn't my garage. This is gonna be 1 lap of ice and water guard, okay? You know what I mean? Just because of the height or the length of the overhang. So you're gonna get that, you're gonna photograph that. Next thing you're gonna do at the roof line is 2 things. One, a couple things. You're gonna try to lift up the shingle. Let's see if I can get mine up. Okay, without harming anything. And you're gonna look for, ice and water guard, right? And then you're gonna look for layers, okay? If there's ice and water guard, you wanna photograph it so that we know that, especially with insurance, they had it pre-existing. So then that way they have to pay for it and it's not a code upgrade issue, okay? If they don't have it, then it's a code upgrade issue. And like I said, next thing you're gonna check for layers. Obviously this one only has 1 on it, okay? And then you're gonna look for the drip edge. Guys, a lot of times, even on more recent roof replacements that other companies have done, they don't replace the drip edge all the time, especially on the gutter leads, right? So you want to see the condition of it. We did have a client, her name is Beth Gomez, she just had a roof replaced not too long ago. We had to go back, not by us, but we went back because they didn't replace the drip edge and the drip edge was cut too short when originally it was installed. So definitely be keeping that in mind, looking at it. You can also get the drip edge color right here, right now. That way you're not wondering, oh shit, was it white drip edge and it should have been brown, right? Okay, all right, we're gonna cut the video real quick and we're gonna hop up here.